So the Stormfall Archers took down a few more Striders. The Sentinels charged and took down the Ravagore. The Phoenix shot at Vale but missed and did nothing. Hydra shot at Vale and she transferred it away.
To the Ravagore who got killed.
To the Ravagore who got killed.
It actually happened that first, then made the Ravagore weaker, but I figured the Ravagore was toast anyway. So.
Yeah. Discordia sprayed a Spell Martyr. The Chimera ran up. Ron force hammered, knocked the Ravagore and the Scythian down, but didn't do very much damage. That's pretty much all I did this turn. Just kind of still the maneuvering phase of the game, which probably won't end until the game's over. So we'll see. Ron is still on fire, but we should be okay as long as we got the rules right on focus and whatnot. Yeah, so we're both kind of right at the edge of the kill box, looking to see if
something
either of us can take the other one down.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
I don't know why you would want to do that.
Okay, so my turn. Vale moved up, popped her feet, cast in sight. Let's see. The Typhon moved up over here, took a bunch of sprays on the Hydra, did a pretty good amount of damage. I think knocked out both arms and movement.
Yep.
And let's see. Over here, the Ravagore charged the Griffin. Chimera scrapped it. They both had to. The Scythian and the Ravagore had to spend a focus or a fury point to shake being knocked down. Yeah, and so after that, I was able to start to move people around. Everybody kind of finished their initial activations. Typhon moved back, Vale moved back, Scythian moved up, and I ran out of time before the Ravagore could be pulled back. So that was the end of my turn.
Alright, so this was a pretty interesting turn. The Stormfall Archers unloaded on the Ravagore, didn't do a huge amount of damage. Sentinel charged him, didn't do a huge amount of damage, but I'm hoping the Free Strike will dissuade him from hurting my other dudes.
It's the Carnivian.
No, it's a Ravagore proxy.
The Sentinels charged the Scythian and wrecked it. Discordia, the Phoenix, and the Hydra helped. The Magisters pushed back Typhon quite a bit to limit the blowback from that. Ron is still playing like a pansy due to his only remaining 7 damage. He took quite a bit of damage. He also popped his feet to make sure the Magisters hit Typhon and pushed him back. So his feet is gone, which is fine because he wrecked my Arc Node last turn. And that's pretty much all I did this turn. So hoping that the Free Strike will do a lot of damage over there. I'm hoping that Typhon will be out of range of most of my squishy guys. And I'm hoping Vale is pretty much out of tricks, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Okay, so I kind of tried some. I was kind of in a bad position, so I tried some Hail Mary stuff. Losing the Scythian hurts, but anyway, activated Vale, moved her over, cast in sight, and then I promptly forgot about all the bonuses, unfortunately. But brought Typhon over with leash, and then having moved, sprayed in on this bunch of Invictors that were here, took out a Magister, put some damage on a little bit on Discordia, took out my own Forsaken that was right there. Then let's see. I activated or I healed the Ravagore a little bit in hopes of being able to get out of a Free Strike taking damage to a place other than my Spirit, but that didn't happen. So unfortunately, minimal damage on the Free Strike bonus, but enough to kill my Spirit again. So even though I was in range to Ron with the blast, and I was not able to actually hit him with a direct hit, caught him with the deviation, but wasn't able to do enough damage. So the Hail Mary pass failed. Strider Deathstalker moved up and shot up 2 of the Stormfall Archers, and he failed his check. And so that is it for my turn.
Alright, on my turn, the Sentinels, between Vengeance and their regular activation, managed to take down the last Ravagore. Another one charged Vale, but he used Dark Sentinel to have Typhon walk over here and kill the Sentinel. However, that used up his Dark Sentinel move for the turn. So the Ron telekinesed Vale closer to me through the Phoenix. Oh, good thing it's plastic. And then the Magister charged her, slammed her, knocked her over. Discordia did 2 fully boosted melee attacks, did a lot of damage to her, which he transferred to Typhon, which is the reason Typhon no longer exists. Over here, Ron is just right at the edge of the kill box, trying to stay out of the range of the Strider Deathstalker and Vale, which are pretty much the only 2 threats left on the board. Hydra's in front of him, keeping him pretty safe. Yeah, and that's about it. So It'll be, I'll be a little surprised if Andy pulls his way out of this. He does have some tricks up his sleeve, so we'll see what happens.
Don't know about that. We'll see.
Okay, so not much happened. Vale cast a spell and then tried to walk out of combat, and the free strike from Discordia finished her off. So overall a good game. Stars of the game definitely go to the Magister right here, who knocked Vale down and managed to get me to finally land the killing blow, is what it ended up being. Although the army performed very well. I was pretty happy with what happened. The Stormfall Archers are a great counter to stealth units with low armor like the Striders, so that was a rough matchup for them. And I managed to get the first blows in. He went for a risky play with the Ravagore, which almost paid off and almost did enough damage to kill me with the fire and with the damage. Yeah, I don't think I would have changed a huge amount. Maybe played a more dedicated role with the Hydra, kept it further back and just shooting, because it kind of got a little too far forward and got pretty badly trashed and then kind of taken out of the game for the rest of the time. But I'm pretty happy with the way this list performed, but back to the drawing board and everything can be improved. So we'll talk to Andy in a second.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's not too bad.
So I ran a very beast-heavy list, and one of the things I was worried about going in was what to do against large amounts of infantry. And to compound my dilemma, Aaron's infantry were weapon masters with a reach range and not shield wall, but defensive line, and a buff to armor when they're near Discordia. So it was kind of hard to decide what to do with my beast, in the sense that I outnumbered him as far as heavies go, so ideally could have done a 1-for-1 matchup on the charge and then maybe done some significant damage to the heavies, but then that would have exposed them to, what, 10 weapon masters, which would probably be enough to take out some of my beasts in return, and with not much to deal with that afterwards, that would have been kind of a tough thing to handle. So trying to figure out what to do with infantry will be one of my key learning or study things to learn up on. Let's see. A couple mistakes I made just by going fast was casting in sight, but forgetting to do the bonuses. That kind of hurt. Minor things though. What else?
And your pet died?
Yeah. I can't think of any really super glaring errors that I made, other than just the overall big picture error of just being overly worried about the infantry, and so that really kind of threw me off. So I need to try to figure out how to either ignore and punch through, or find a way to handle that better. But overall, good game.